Hey everybody, this is Joseph Pasek, and welcome to the Fired Up Network. Welcome to Crunching the Numbers, and welcome back to two-time Emmy Award winner Mark Everett Kelly. Week 9, yes, can't believe it. Week 9 in the NFL. Of course, it began on Thursday, but we'll get through the games for Sunday. Let's begin, and that's a not bad matchup. The Denver Broncos into Houston. Houston favored by 1.5.
Really? Oh, I don't know if I like that. Houston's really, to me, if you picked out teams that are going to favorite to win the division when the season started, Houston would probably be one of the picks. But hey, they upset the 49ers last week at home, so maybe that's a good start for them. With those West teams coming in, they have another one coming in this time from the AFC. But the Broncos, I can't make them out, okay? They almost lose to the Jets, which is embarrassing enough. Then they fall behind the Giants, and they score 30-something points in the fourth quarter. It's an unbelievable comeback, something you don't expect to see. And then last week, again, they've played just a lot of tight games, and Bo Nix being able to, beat the Cowboys by 20 points. I think most people thought offensively maybe the Cowboys could put up some points on them, but they didn't. Even though the Giants put up 30-something on them and the Colts put up 29 on them, they did not allow Dallas to really get them for much. But they scored 44 points, which, if you wondered, their offense had been inconsistent in games against Philadelphia and games against the Chargers, and especially against the Jets, a game they were lucky to win, and for the first 3 quarters against the Giants. So I don't even know what to make of them. I think on the road, look, the Texans, if they want to make anything out of their season, what's the point spread for this again?
1.5.
1.5. So I'll
Denver's 6-2 and Houston's 3-4. So it's critical for both teams, actually.
I'll take it's more critical for the Texans because if they lose to a conference game, won't be good for them. So that would probably with the way Baltimore is Indianapolis, they're not going to catch them for the division. So. This is an important game for them if they want to figure into the wild card race.
All right, so let's get to I don't know because the spread is wacky here also. San Fran and the New York Giants. San Fran's favored by 2.5.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I think San Fran is a little more consistent than the Giants. And Scatterboo getting hurt, I think that really hurt, hurt the Giants because the Giants were playing well. I think they were gaining more confidence. But since their huge win against Philadelphia, which I think a lot of people thought if they were going to be a surprise team, that was going to catapult them. And then they blow that game against the Broncos, which they managed to come down and take the lead late. And you figure they're going to win, even though they went up blowing a big lead, and then they can't stop them from scoring. I think that broke their spirit a little bit. And you could see last week against Philadelphia when Scatterboo got hurt, I think they had kind of, the Giants don't give up, but I think that really broke them a little bit. And the Niners.
That injury was gruesome, by the way.
It was gruesome. I hate seeing that. I mean, it's like Joe Theismann reminds me of that. And everybody knows how horrible that was. But the game being at New York, but they beat the Chargers at home. They've beaten at least one good team at home. They beat the Eagles at home. So the Niners, but I still think the Niners they lost pretty big last week to the Texans. They got to show they can win on the road. I think this is something where Mac Jones has got to come to play, and I think the Niners will because the Giants. 2-6. I don't see them getting back into it. I think if they were going to be a factor, they should have held on against Denver, and I think that really broke their season.
All right, next game, it's not even worth talking about, but Carolina and Green Bay. Green Bay favored by 13.5 points. Quickly, let's get through the list here, but who are you picking this one?
I would say Green Bay.
All right. The Chargers into Tennessee. The Chargers favored by 9.5.
Tennessee is just bad. And the Chargers, up and down team again. I would say the Chargers can cover that. If they don't, then maybe they shouldn't be in the playoffs.
Okay. Atlanta into New England. New England favored by 5.5.
Yeah, talk about inconsistent. Atlanta, up, down, up, down. How do you beat the Bills and then get, your butt kicked by Miami? I don't know. But I would say New England is showing that they're one of the better teams. Took care of business against the Browns. I like them.
The Bears and the Bengals, 2.5 points for the Bears.
The Bears and the Bengals. How about the Bengals losing to the Jets? Huh?
Your favorite team.
Yeah, well, I know, but you score 38 points and you lose.
Yeah.
I think they've still got something to fight for because Pittsburgh's coming back to the pack here. Maybe they still feel that they can catch them. So, and I think offensively they're more consistent than the Bears, even though the Bears have played well up until last week. And I'm going to take the.
All right. And so the next 2 1:00 games are the best 2 1:00 games on this week's list. Let's start off with Minnesota at Detroit, and Detroit favored by 8.5. My only question is, it looks like the rookie or semi-rookie is going to start again for the Vikings, but why don't they make a call to Atlanta for Kirk Cousins? Never mind. Go ahead.
Yeah, I can give you a couple of reasons why if you saw the Miami game. But the Vikings got their butt kicked last week, 37-10 in a game. I think most people thought that they could play with the Chargers, and they didn't. So I think that the Vikings are starting to show that they're going to be inconsistent throughout the year, and I don't think they can beat very good teams. And I don't like them in this game.
All right. And then probably the game of the day at the 1:00 hour, Indianapolis, best team in the AFC, travel to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. Indianapolis is favored by 3.5 points. And that half a point could be big there because it could be a field goal game.
I know. And I think when talking to a Steelers fan of mine, he expected them to beat the Bengals. So he had them at 5-1. When they lost that game, he kind of knew they were going to lose to the Green Bay because they're not as good. I don't even know it's a home game. I think the Colts are better than them. And I think you're going to see Pittsburgh and Aaron Rodgers. When things start to go wrong with Aaron Rodgers, I think his bad side, even though I love Aaron Rodgers, I think he's a great quarterback, I think that this is a situation where they're going to have some problems right now, and then they'll figure it out toward the end of the year. But this is a tough stretch for the schedule for them.
All right. 4:00 games. There's 3 4:00 games. 4:05, Jacksonville and the Raiders. Jacksonville favored by 2.5.
Yeah, I take Jacksonville. They playing well before. The Raiders are just a mess.
4:05 game, New Orleans and the Rams. Rams 14.5 point favorites.
Wow. Well, I mean, that's just too much. I would take the Saints. 14.5. Come on, they don't deserve that.
Now, the game of the week, and let me fix my jersey here. Buffalo Bills.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
Mark Allen. The Kansas City Chiefs roll into Buffalo to take on the Buffalo Bills. 4:25 game. And guess what? Kansas City is favored by 2.5 points.
Yeah. Well, being that it's a regular season game, I would give favor to the Bills since they usually win the meaningless games.
Next week, you're not back. And the Sunday night game, 8:20, Seattle, Washington, and I'm not talking about the cities. It's the Seahawks and the Commanders, and the Seahawks are favored by 2.5 on Sunday Night Football.
Yeah, I mean, has there been a team more inconsistent than Washington? You think that they're arrived and then they played poorly. 3-5, you didn't expect them to be behind the Cowboys, okay?
No.
So they need to get their act together pretty quick. And Seattle's a good team for them to do that against.
And, of course, he'll be back for Monday, but the bye weeks this week are Cleveland, the Jets, Philadelphia, and Tampa. And, Mark, tell everybody about your sponsors.
Yeah, so we got Miles Smith over at the Cattle Stampede, who is great food for middle-class families, and you get great deals. And I told you before, wound up taking home food this week. I had ribs, I had steak, I had mashed potatoes, gravy, onion rings. Okay, all that there. And if you like okra down south, which I don't, they have that too. They got corn, they got great desserts too, and they got a salad bar. Like I had some salad the other day. I gave in, had some salad. So you have that, and then Bobby Ledbetter, who's a car salesman over the day. He has branches in Fort Payne and Gadsden. And again, Bobby, you sit down and he'll talk to you and he'll really find out what you need. Him and his staff are great at that. I mentioned my name, you get $500 off on your deal. And same thing with going by the Cattle Stampede, which again, now at night, they're starting to have some entertainment at night. I know they had karaoke last week. They had a band come in. So it's quite the place to be. And if you're looking for something to do in Fort Payne at night, there's not much to do. So right there.
All right, and Mark, we'll be back here to preview the Monday nighter.
Monday night.
Yeah, that's right. All right, thanks a lot, Mark.
Thank you, Joe.